Eric was a simple young boy with a pure heart who lived with his parents in a village surrounded by rolling hills and lush trees. Eric's father was a poor man with little resources and was unable to provide well for the family. Despite their poverty, Eric's parents brought him up very well. He was truthful, helping, honest and polite with everyone. He would always find goodness in others and never concentrated on their weakness. In the evenings, Eric would go out and play with his friends and present the best version of himself. Unfortunately, however, his friends did not treat him well and took advantage of his politeness and agreeable nature. This negative attitude by his friends was going on for some time now. At first Eric tried to overlook it and took it in his stride, but as the toxic attitude lingered on, he started to become frustrated. He wondered why his friends always jeered at him and entertained themselves with snide remarks. The anger and frustration started to pile up until he could no longer stand it. One evening, upon returning from play, he poured out his heart to his father. He said, "Dear father, I am always good to everyone, I respect all my friends, never say a bad word to them, but they tease me, make fun of me and never take me seriously. Am I inferior to them? Do I lack something? Please tell me, dear father." The father looked at Eric with paternal love and said, "Eric, you are smart, you are intelligent and you are good to others. You should never feel belittled by the attitude of your friends. In fact, it is your friends who should be ashamed of their negative attitude towards you." He further said, "You don't feel bad about yourself. I have a remedy for this predicament of yours. I have an old friend, Zen Master Kaito, who lives up in the north. You go to him and seek his blessings and advice." Eric thanked his father and started to prepare for his journey to the Zen Master's dwelling. The next morning, Eric embarked upon his journey towards the Zen Master's abode, which lied high in the mountains. Throughout the journey, Eric's mind remained focused on the insults that his friends hurled upon him. He remained oblivious of the beauty of the landscape that he traversed, nor did he notice the delightful birds chirping around. At that point, he only wished to get a solace from his difficult situation and live peacefully. With this hope and optimism he finally reached Zen Master's humble abode, which was nothing more than a small hut surrounded by cherry blossom trees beside a serene pond. Eric was enthralled by the peaceful sight, and a sense of calm started to replace the agitation he had been feeling en route. He quietly and respectfully sat on the ground waiting for the Zen Master to finish his meditation. The Zen Master was so completely engrossed in his own thoughts that he did not notice the arrival of the newcomer. But now he noticed him, and a welcoming smile spread on the enlightened face of the monk. "Welcome, my child," he said. "How is your father?" "He is a good man." Eric, who was already enjoying the blissfulness of his surroundings, became further at ease with these welcoming remarks by the old sage. "Thank you, dear Zen Master," Eric replied. "I have come to you on my father's recommendation. He considers you a man of very high caliber who has answers to people's agitation and sufferings." The Zen Master nodded with a telling smile on his face and said, "People create their own sufferings and have the potential to get rid of them as well. No one can heal you, unless you have made up your mind to be healed. What brings you here, my son?" Eric was so overwhelmed with the surroundings and the peaceful countenance of the monk that he blurted out all his sufferings without a hint of hesitation. It was as if he was talking to a very dear friend who won't judge him or ask for anything. Eric told the monk that how he seemed so unpopular, disrespected and taken for granted among his friends. He told him that much as he would love to be taken seriously, be respected, involved in serious conversation, his friends would never give it to him. He told the Zen Master that he tries his best to be polite, helping and humble towards all around him, but what he gets in return is mere taunts, jeers, giggles and sly remarks. He said that his life has become empty and all he wants is quick remedy to the problem. The Zen Master nodded sympathetically. "I have understood your predicament, my child. But remember, life is not a bed of roses. It will present you with challenges and difficulties. You must know the art of navigating through these hardships without losing hope. If life were without these ups and downs, there would be no fun in living. So do not be overwhelmed by your situation. Have a big heart, construct a plan of action, implement it and move on towards the next challenge. Eric was engrossed in the words of wisdom coming from the revered saint. I am going to tell you 5 steps which if followed will earn you respect from others and no one will ever be able to belittle you. The Zen master said in a deep but meaningful tone. The first step is learn to say no. Setting healthy boundaries and knowing when to say no is crucial for maintaining self-respect and earning the respect of others. When you say no, you communicate your limits and priorities clearly, which can prevent you from being taken advantage of and lead to respect for your autonomy. Saying no respectfully and assertively can prevent misunderstandings and reduce the likelihood of conflicts. When you say no with empathy and provide valid reasons when necessary, it's more likely that others will understand and respect your decision. Being able to say no also shows that you value your time and energy, and this self-respect can lead to others treating you with more consideration and respect as well. The Zen master communicated with passion, driving home his point quite successfully. Eric was overawed by the conviction in the Zen master's tone and he started to get excited waiting for next steps. The old sage took a brief pause and then continued, the second step is to develop emotional resilience. Emotional resilience means that you don't abruptly react to the insults hurled at you defensively, packed with emotions. Rather you understand the whole circumstance of the event, the emotional state of the person who is throwing those insults at you and the triggers that incited those words. You react with unruffled sense of calm composure. The insults do not belittle you, it is your negative reaction that erodes your personality and makes you a lesser man. So my son, develop the emotional quotient to react calmly during such happenings. And how can I develop the emotional resilience, dear master? Eric asked. Through meditation, prayers, self-reflection and mindfulness, you will be able to achieve such emotional stability that even the worst of agitations will not be able to stir you. You will become like a lotus flower on the surface of the pond. The Zen master replied. The third step is to develop assertiveness. Being assertive means standing up for your rights and expressing your thoughts and needs in a respectful but firm manner. When you assert yourself, people are less likely to disrespect or insult you because they understand your boundaries and that you value your self-respect. Your current predicament, my dear child, is reflective of your lack of assertiveness towards your friends and others around you. That is why they take you for granted and never take you seriously. Once you have delineated your boundaries and do not let others to trespass them easily, you will see that they will admire you and never belittle you. But again, do not confuse assertiveness with being rude, impolite or discourteous. Assertiveness is a positive attribute and adds to your self-respect, dignity and honor. In time, your friends will get used to this and start to respect you for your firmness. They will never jeer at you or take you lightly. The Zen master carried on with an emotional tone. Eric had started to really enjoy this remarkable light on human psychology and he wanted the master to carry on unabated. The Zen master continued, the fourth step is to develop self-confidence. Remember, self-confidence is the biggest shield between negative thinking and yourself. If you feel confident of your abilities, you will not care what others are saying. You will not pay any heed to their abuses or jeers as you are comfortable in your own skin. But it is not easy to develop self-confidence. You must develop it through sheer hard work and dedication. You will feel confident about yourself if you achieve your goals, keep your promises, and do the right thing under difficult circumstances. Moreover, continual self-improvement and personal growth can engender self-confidence. Embrace a growth mindset, seek opportunities for learning and development, and work on becoming the best version of yourself. Eric, fully engrossed in his master's talk, nodded emphatically. The fifth and final step is to develop consistency and integrity. Consistently living in accordance with your values and principles helps you gain the respect of others. People respect those who are authentic and true to their word. Be honest, reliable, and ethical in your actions and decisions. You have already a good reputation being truthful, helping, and good-natured. You have to continue with these noble traits. Never deceive anyone, don't be dishonest, always keep your word, and sooner or later, everybody around you will start to respect and honor you. Thus the Zen master concluded his 5 lessons on how to earn respect, love, and admiration of others. Zen master's serene abode and his beautiful talk had such positive impact on Eric that he almost forgot how vitiated he felt before coming here. He at once felt filled with a positive energy and could not wait to go back and implement his master's teachings. Eric thanked the Zen master emphatically and returned to the village where his father was waiting for him. He held his father in a tight embrace and thanked him for his guidance. From that day on, Eric was a completely changed person. He implemented Zen master's teachings of saying no, emotional resilience, assertiveness, self-confidence, and integrity in his everyday life. He found a new life. His friends found Eric not agitated by their jeers anymore, rather responding with compassion and understanding. Soon, they started to respect him even more. He was the person everybody wanted to make friends with, consult during problems, or seek advice from. Eric spread positivity and love through the teachings of the Zen master, and the village became a heavenly abode.